Hey guys, Ryzen here.
And Liz.
And welcome to the preview for Super Bowl 53. Patriots and Rams. Patriots are technically the away team. Although, of course, all that matters is first with the coin toss.
Yeah, it doesn't
the
really
Patriots
matter.
will call it. They'll call heads. I can predict that.
Yeah, we know that part.
Yeah, Slater always calls heads. Injury report, basically no injuries. Malcolm Brown's listed with a calf injury, full participant. He's obviously going to play. Dante Hightower is sick, was a full participant. He's obviously going to play. Rams, Blake Countess, safety, foot injury, full participant, going to play. And Greg Zerlane, still dealing with his foot injury, which I don't know how your kicker hurts his foot, but whatever. He's a full participant. Obviously going to play because you're kind of screwed if you don't have a kicker.
Yeah, so he's going to play with a broken foot or not.
Well, he's a full participant anyway, so he's probably fine.
Yeah.
So this is a weird game. The Rams match up well in some ways, not so well in other ways. I think the Patriots defensively, I mean, who they're going to take away. If this was standard Rams, it would be Todd Gurley and Cooper Kupp, but obviously Kupp has been injured. He's gone now, and Todd Gurley, he's not on the injury list, but I don't buy it. There's something wrong with him. The guy has been awful in the playoffs. I mean, he's been debatably the worst running back in the postseason. So I don't know what's wrong with him.
The Cats are currently playing, so you may see them jump in and out of the frame at points.
So, because, I mean, what the Patriots, if you watched the 2001 Super Bowl, what the Patriots did to Marshall Faulk, anytime he got towards the line of scrimmage, I mean, he got knocked around. So he was effectively a non-factor in the game. He was the best player on the Rams.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't watch that Super Bowl.
I know you didn't.
At least I don't remember
No,
if I did or not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I was, 11 years old?
They were big underdogs in that game, but they knocked the crap out of Marshall Faulk to the point where he basically did nothing all game, and the Rams were not prepared for it. So if Todd Gurley is lined up, I do expect them to knock the crap out of him.
They'll probably use a similar game strategy.
You would think, except Todd Gurley has sucked horribly in the postseason to the point where C.J. Anderson is now the starting running back on the Rams.
Whatever.
Which is bizarre because Todd Gurley is a better player.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's weird.
Anderson cannot catch.
No.
He doesn't have hands like that. Todd Gurley does, and he runs clean routes. He runs routes as good as James White does.
Yeah, he's a similar player to him.
But with better rushing ability.
Yeah.
So, if he's healthy, that could be a problem. But since I don't think he is, I'm guessing the Patriots will focus on either Brandon Cooks or
Who's the other guy, Woods?
Robert Woods. I'd probably take away Robert Woods because he's more of the move the chains guy. But my guess is they're gonna focus on Cooks, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna play the Tyreek Hill coverage where they double them below and top have the safety shade over.
You think Gilmore would be on Woods, or
yes?
You think so?
Because I think if you did that, they probably think Gilmore, because Gilmore has experience covering Woods already.
Oh, he does?
Yes, I think from college. But
was Woods always with the Rams? Do you know?
I don't know where he started his career.
Doesn't matter.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't know where he started his
matter.
career. I know like Cook started with the Saints.
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Saints.
And then he came to New England,
went to New England
and
for a year, and then left and went to the Rams.
Yeah.
Well, they traded him, I think.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
So, yeah, they can double Cooks. They can take him away on those deep routes. The problem is that Cooks is a more versatile player than Tyreek Hill. Hill is basically just run down the field, either in a crossing route or a go route, and that's basically all he does.
Which is funny, because when Cooks played for New England, he didn't do that great, like, with short routes. He only was good with the deep ones, remember?
I know, but they still used him for like the jet sweep. They still
plays
used
like
him
the stuff
for the end arounds.
Like the stuff they're doing
and
with
he ran
Patterson.
the occasional slant.
Yeah.
So, and then he did wide receiver screens with Cooks. That's
Right.
what I mean, that Cooks is a more versatile player. Now maybe it's just because the Chiefs are stupid and don't know how to use Tyreek Hill.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Could be.
Because when they saw that Tyreek Hill was covered like that, I still don't understand why the Chiefs didn't do some sort of end around, some sort of, have him run a slant. Are you telling me he can't run a slant?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just an excuse. If he can't run a slant, I mean, what good is he?
It's kind of like with I don't know how to say his name, Cordell Patterson. Like, the Raiders didn't use him, right? Now
No.
New England found a way to use him.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's a fantastic player on deep routes, but I mean, if he's not any good at running short routes or running things that when he's taken away, end arounds, jet sweeps, yeah, he should work on that this offseason because
Yeah.
or the Chiefs should put it in their game plans because
Yeah.
they were not the same team when he was taken away.
No.
And Kelsey is apparently very easy to take away just by hitting him at the line. So when they lose those two guys, the Chiefs aren't very good. Well, they're still very good, but they're not as good.
Yeah.
They're lucky they have Sammy Watkins because without him, they would have been bad in that game. But whatever. Sammy Watkins is a great player.
So their defense, talk about that.
So
They've got a lot of pass rushers up
they
front.
do.
And they've got two really good cornerbacks as well. They've got Talib
Yes.
and Peters.
Um,
And we know Peters because we've obviously
Marcus Peters.
he
is
played for the
good.
Chiefs and is a nightmare. Was a nightmare.
Well, he's a good player.
And Talib
is not in his prime anymore.
He's still
but
a
he's still
good
pretty
player.
good.
Yeah.
So of course everybody's talking about Aaron Donald. If the Patriots execute their game plan, I'm telling you right now, you can mark Aaron Donald for 0 sacks because the Patriots take away your best offensive player. They take away your best defensive player. Aaron Donald will do nothing in this game.
Yeah, Cannon and
Well,
what side does he
he's-
line up on?
He's in the middle.
Oh.
So that's Andrews, Thuney, and Mason, who have had a fantastic postseason to begin with.
Yeah.
And the ball's out in 2.1 seconds. Well, it takes 2.5 seconds for the best pass rusher to get in. That's a problem. I mean, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So Aaron Donald's going to be taken away. So that means it's up to Dominic Sue.
Ugh.
It's up to their
Can't
edge
stand that
rushers
guy.
to get in. Because if they don't, the Rams are going to have a hard time in this game. So I don't know why teams just haven't started. Okay, you're our best player on offense. We're not even going to have any plays to you. You're our best player on defense. We're not going to use you basically at all. You're just going to be a decoy on defense.
Yeah.
I don't get why these teams don't game plan that way against the Patriots.
That's why-
You know they're going to take away your best players,
That's why Bill is just so good as a coach.
and it's just
It's just
I don't
worked
know.
for so
I
many
just
so
think
many
it's
years.
idiotic just to not. I mean, if you know, like if you're the Chiefs, you should have just told Tyreek Hill you're not going to do anything this game. You're just a decoy.
Yeah.
If you're not going to use them in unique ways,
Right.
you
Oh,
know.
well.
Oh well. Same with Keenan Allen on the Chargers. And in this game, I would tell Brandon Cooks, you're very likely not going to do anything. You're just a decoy. But they probably won't. Because other teams, I guess, just don't have the coaching wherewithal that Bill has for some reason. So, I think what the Patriots will do, because the Rams they're good. I don't think defensively the Rams match up very well. Because their strength is their pass rush, up the middle, and corners on the outside. Well, the Patriots don't throw to the outside.
Not very often.
And unfortunately, they're a power run team. They don't throw the ball a lot, and when they do, it's gone in 2.1 seconds.
So you think like White and Michelle will have a big
The
night?
Rams are actually good against catching running backs.
So you think Michelle will
But
have a good
Michelle
night?
will have a day because they are weak to runs between the tackles.
And which is funny because they have
And
Donald right in the middle.
Yeah, because you use their quickness against them.
Oh, okay.
You run past them, and their linebacking core is undersized.
I see.
Well, there's a guy named James Devlin on the Patriots who will knock an undersized linebacker down or an undersized safety down.
He's a bigger dude than I thought he
He's
was.
huge.
He's a big dude.
And he's athletic for his size. He's the best fullback in football. It's not even close. So that's problematic. I don't see what the Rams' answer for that is. I know they've been better against the run in the playoffs. They did not run against the kind of run team that the Patriots are. They're a power run team. They're not finesse.
No.
They're not like,
It's pretty basic stuff.
it's basic
Grind it
eye
out football.
form, power run up
Yeah.
the middle.
Grind it out football.
So that's a major problem for the Rams in this game. I think Michelle could have 150 to 200 rushing yards in this game. And if that happens, the Patriots are going to win the game.
Yeah.
So you can't really pass rush when you're just rushing all the time like that. Especially if you get into 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s. You know, that's what the game plan's going to be. They'll run Edelman quick slants over the middle because that way you can't double them. Gronkowski, I don't know who the Rams can cover him with. Their safeties are small.
Yeah, that's true.
Their linebackers are small. Are you going to put a corner on them?
No.
That would be suicidal.
Yeah, we know what
And-
when that happens when they do that.
I mean, you going to put Aqib Talib on him? The
Please.
guy's not. he's a great player, but he's not.
He can't take Gronkowski down.
He's not big enough.
No.
Neither is Peters. I mean, they're
smaller guys.
That's why you use safeties, because they're usually bigger.
Yeah.
But the problem is the Rams have a smaller safety, and Gronk, for the first time all year, looks healthy. So I think he's going to have a big part of the game plan. So I'm thinking this will be a Michelle and Gronk game plan. So you'll see a lot of Dwayne Allen blocking too. I mean, Gronkowski only blocks as well as an all-pro left tackle. So
yeah, right.
I mean, it's just crazy. I know Gronk's not what he used to be, but the one thing he can still do is catch with those hands and his size.
Yeah.
So
the couple of catches that he made in the AFC Championship game were
amazing,
game-changing.
And that was against Eric Berry, who has been his nemesis for
years.
Now, I think Eric Berry's not what he used to be either, but even still, Eric Berry has size.
Yeah.
So, be interesting to see if Eric Berry retires. He's a great player, but he's got to have a third surgery from what I'm hearing.
Oh, geez, poor. That sucks.
So, I don't know. I think he should retire.
Yeah, it might be time.
It's unfortunate. Gronk will probably retire at the end of this year as well.
Which will free up cap space.
It will free up cap space. The Patriots got a lot of draft picks.
So we'll see what happens. Anyways.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling the Rams are going to get dominated in this game.
You know, it's funny, watching all the press conferences and everything this week, Jared Goff and whatever their coach's
Sean
name
McVay,
is. Thank you.
They look nervous as hell.
Yeah, so I think it's just first-time jitters.
And when you watch those two championship games last week, first of all, go through the whole playoffs. I mean, who had the harder route to the Super Bowl?
We did.
There's no question it was New England. I mean, the Chargers are one of the best teams in football.
So are the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs were arguably the best team in football. The NFC was basically Saints and Rams. Everybody knew that.
Yeah, everybody knew it was going to come down to that game.
Everybody knew. I mean, the other teams were just not in
the same league.
In the same league. The only team I think that could have maybe made it other than that is Dallas, and that's because they just matched up so well with the Saints.
Yeah.
And the Eagles had this weird magic thing, but of course it was gone in the postseason.
Yeah.
Even that game they won against Chicago, they didn't look the same.
Yeah.
So, you look at the Patriots, they had to go through a fantastic Chargers team. They dominated them. They went through an amazing Chiefs team, and even though the score was close, when you look at the box score, the Patriots utterly dominated the Chiefs for that entire game.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that box score, and it's like 530 yards of offense about.
You look at the time of possession, too.
Yeah, to 290.
Yeah.
I mean, how that game was not 48-14 is beyond me. I mean, credit to the Chiefs for how amazing a team they are.
Yeah.
To only having the ball for 20 minutes, less than about half the offense of the team, and you somehow actually have a lead at times in the game.
I do definitely think we will see the Chiefs get a Super Bowl ring in the future.
Probably.
It's just
they got
a matter
one,
of
but
when.
it's like Super Bowl 4, I think.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
So I think they will definitely be in the Super Bowl at some point in the future.
Well,
maybe when Brady retires.
They need the Patriots to go away, and that's kind of but luckily for Mahomes, he's
so
21, 22.
Yeah, so
whereas
he'll be around for a while.
Poor Phillip Rivers is 38.
Yeah.
His career is very likely over soon.
Same thing with Breeze, I mean.
Well, at least Breeze is in the NFC, so.
But still.
He could get lucky, and Brady could not make the Super Bowl. And then, even then it'd be, it's just that the NFC is a bit less quarterback. Well, actually, it's more quarterback heavy, but there's nobody like Brady's level that is there.
Yeah, all the older guys are in the AFC, which is weird.
Yeah. I mean,
the ones that are left, at least.
I mean, you got younger guys in the NFC like Jared Goff, and Aaron Rodgers is still in the NFC, but I think his career's about over.
Anyways, back to the Super Bowl.
Anyway.
You went way off on a tangent there.
Whatever.
Final
I
score?
don't know. I just have a weird feeling this game's not going to be close. On paper, the Rams are very, very, very good, but they're acting like they've never been to the Super Bowl before.
Yeah, I saw a stat the other day that said players on the team that's been in the Super Bowl, the Rams was like 5 or 6, and the Patriots was like 40.
Talib, Cooks, and I'm struggling from there.
I don't know who else.
The Patriots, basically everybody except for Sony Michel.
Some of the guys up front on defense are newer.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole team. I mean,
they were almost all of them were there last year.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, they just you watch the interviews and the Rams look nervous, and that's going to be a problem. And you watch their championship game. They were bad the first half. They were really bad against the Saints. That crowd noise affected them, and it didn't affect the Patriots at all. So
apparently Atlanta is full of Patriots fans right now.
that's good. I'm going to need them there.
Like a good quarter of the tickets were sold to all Patriots fans, which is funny.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm going to predict a close score because
How these
I'm
games
going to
always
hedge my
go.
bets because the Patriots Super Bowls are always amazing. I just have a bizarre feeling about this one. I'm going to go, I don't know, 33-30. There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say
New
something.
England, obviously.
I was gonna say something around those numbers too.
Okay, you got an Super Bowl MVP pick? I'll let you go first if you want, Tom.
No, I was gonna pick Sony Michelle.
Okay, then I'll pick Tom Brady. I was going to pick Sony Michelle, but to differentiate, I'll pick Tom Brady.
On the Rams, if they actually won, who would be an MVP? I
It
don't.
would be Jared Goff.
You think so?
It'd be Jared Goff. Yeah. Maybe C.J. Anderson. Maybe
Donald, if he
Something
had a good
Donald.
game. No,
maybe in Dominic Sue if he had a breakout game.
I can't stand that guy.
But I can't either.
He's
He's
the ankle
a
breaker.
dirty player.
Yeah.
I don't like him. He has anger management issues. That's another thing with this game that I should mention quickly. The Rams are filled with a lot of egos and a lot of just troublemaker players.
You know what's really funny that I was watching some clips of Rams games and the sideline. Sean McVay's got this guy that will like hold him back, so he's like a really
I know.
like
He's
emotional
got anger issues too.
Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. I forget what they called the guy, but he's like there to like hold him back from
Yes,
like
'cause
getting in arguments and stuff.
He has problems controlling himself.
Yeah.
But that means, I mean, you look at the games the Rams have lost, it's often they've gotten dominated. And I think a lot of that is because they're not designed to come from behind. They're just not a team that can handle that kind of emotional stress.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they went all in this year, but if it doesn't work out, that could be a problem for them. So, we'll see. I think if they fall behind, it's going to end poorly, which is why they desperately went for that fake punt in that Saints game.
Yeah.
And that did turn the game around. But if they had fallen down, 21-0, I think it would have been over. They would have collapsed.
I don't know if we'll see them do any of that tricky stuff against New England.
They will if they're behind. Sean McVay is aggressive. The problem is that is not going to work against New England.
No,
Typically,
they usually see when that stuff's going to happen.
Well, I as soon as they lined up for the punt, I'm like, they're going to fake this because I know Sean McVay. I mean, I know how he coaches. Apparently, the Saints were too stupid to figure that out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's the Patriots, they probably know they're probably going to fake this, cut the route.
Yeah.
That's an interception, pick six.
Yeah. Slater would see it.
They'd all see it.
Yeah.
So
I just think of him because of his leadership.
well, Slater's on the other side of punt team.
That's what I'm saying.
If you'd be the defensive special teams. So, if they try that, if they're that desperate,
Okay.
I don't think it'll work. But we'll see. Yeah, this is Ryzen.
And Liz.
Do the halftime show half the stream and recap and all that after the game. Hopefully, Patriots win and Gronk can get his third ring. I think it'd be his third ring, and then he can march off into the sunset. Brady can get number 6, but we'll see. All right, take care.